Well, everyone, we have Uncle Buck visiting, and of course, my wife has not been feeling the best, and she's been buying things online, and you're now looking at over 200 hats that she bought in an auction. Now, Uncle Buck has gladly agreed to help model these hats and determine which ones we should keep. So, let's start modeling hats. Uncle Buck, do you have anything you want to say here as we prepare?
Hardly anybody has ever seen me without a hat. Now I've got 200.
Okay. So here we have Uncle Buck wearing. He looks like what? Hee haw.
No,
Hee-haw.
no. Actually, that's very attractive.
So
He
Lisa is on medicine.
He looks like Cary Grant. Who was in Giant?
Okay.
Who was the
John
actor?
Wayne.
We have to
No,
move these
Giant
videos
with
of the.
Elizabeth Taylor. Who was it? Who was in Elizabeth Taylor?
Probably John Huston.
No.
All right.
Elizabeth
Let's
Taylor.
get ready for our next hat.
Who was the
All right.
Undertaker special.
Now, Lisa, what do you think of this hat?
that you should have had when you went to Edgar Allan Poe's house.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
That
All
would have been
right.
perfect. Isn't that stunning?
So we are on hat 3.
Now,
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Okay, we've decided we're just gonna let the camera run rather than me keep turning it off.
now
Keep the
this-
hats coming.
This is a Timberland.
A Timberland hat.
That's a good looking hat.
All right. Now, Uncle Buck is single, so if any of you women are watching my YouTube video, and
This is a Johnny hat. This is the hat that I will wear when I get an MGTD.
Yeah. This hat, I think, has seen its last days.
Oh my. This is what you go to the track with. It needs a cigar. It needs a bucket of beer to go with it. Oh my.
Indiana Jones
Hey,
and the Temple of Doom.
Too big.
Too big. That one's too big.
That's from England. That, I think, goes with the MG. Well, the thing got a... Isn't that the MG one?
X,
Or a Jag hat?
is that a Jaguar XKE
This
style?
is kind of a weird one. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't see where that one came from.
This is a coxswain's hat.
Really? Is that for rowing?
Yep.
This is an Angela Williams. I don't know what that is.
This is a girl's hat.
This, I think this one's seen its last day. But is
Ah.
that leather?
This is a pigskin hat.
Oh,
This type of hat that you have to wear when you ride a bus.
a bus. That's not for golf. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, this is a good one. That's a good one for you.
This is Annie Hall's
What
hat.
the hell you?
Oh my God.
This is a good one.
So, as we continue on, that looks like a
Oh,
baseball
God, this is a
cap.
kindergartner's hat.
This is an interesting hat.
Interesting. This is probably a radiation-proof hat.
Really?
Yeah, this has a special fabric on it which prohibits nuclear radiation from affecting your brain.
This is a Sean John. Some
Alright,
of these are
this is
vintage.
another newsboy hat. I don't.
They're all
This is a crack hat.
That's a crack hat.
This is a Sean John too.
So,
All right, this is called Country Gentleman.
Hey, that'll look good with
Five.
an MG.
how about the Triumph with a Jaguar? All right, what's this one?
This is a henchman hat.
A
Ben.
henchman hat.
If you have to go somewhere with a baseball bat, you would have to wear this
Ah.
hat. You would throw the hat into a river so that the only description is there was a guy with a henchman hat who beat somebody up with a baseball bat.
Ah,
Okay.
this is interesting.
All right, this is for a defunct baseball team. They're called the Black Hats, but they didn't get very far.
This is called a Quicksilver. Oh. There's a lot of these. Oh wow, this is cool.
If you work in a pizza store, this would be your preferred hat.
All right.
This is leather.
This is a hat which everybody's dog would eat. Hey, Tank. Tank. Dinner time.
We only have another 150 hats to go, everyone.
Joe's Bike Shop.
This we better.
Not the
that's
best.
a muzzle, right?
This is the jaunty hat which one would wear with a antique
Bike.
English car.
Isn't that the bike? Isn't that where they get on the one-wheel bike?
No, this is called a penny farthing hat. This is the hat that you would wear if you were on one of those giant bikes that had
Oh,
a
the one
large,
wheel?
large front wheel and small back wheel.
This is kind of weird.
This is a golf caddy hat.
Golf caddy hat.
Nobody would wear a hat like this except for a golf caddy.
I don't know what this is.
All right, she found a hat that she's not sure about.
This is a gas station attendant hat. If it's really cold and oh, wait a minute, there's something in here.
It's a $100 bill.
Could be money.
Really?
I think it's money.
Look at it. Oh, he put it on the side. Could be mine.
Okay, there's
More of these.
All right, this is
hats.
plastic. It's obviously made in China out of recycled bottles.
Isn't this?
Hmm.
I didn't know what that is.
Lisa doesn't know what this hat is, everyone.
All right, anybody who has watched Little Rascals knows this hat.
Oh, it is. It's a Little Rascal hat.
Yeah, it is a Little Rascal hat.
This comes from.
Oh my God, there's hundreds of hats.
That comes from.
This is what happens when you're on medicine and you're buying online
All right.
things without knowing.
This is a Kangol hat. Kangol.
Australia?
These used to be really super popular in the 1970s, and every gentleman would have at least one Kangol hat.
Really? So that's something there.
Repo Man hat.
Is that what
Repo
it
Man.
is?
Yeah, you gotta have this when you're repoing stuff.
This is interesting.
This is a dress hat. This is something that you would wear on top of a sequined tuxedo in order to make your look complete.
This is an Eddie Bauer.
This is the hat that Eddie Bauer has regretted ever since. I'm sure that Eddie Bauer will buy this hat from me just to make sure that nobody ever
Ever
sees
sees
their
it
greatest
again.
mistake.
Yeah. Here's another cap. There's a lot of.
All right, this is another Repo Man hat. This is
This
for
is
the
a-
guy who is
This
sitting
is a
in the
dupe, I think.
sitting in the passenger seat with the baseball bat.
I think that's another. This is.
Yeah, this is another Little Rascals hat. Shouldn't be worn by anybody over the age of 6.
Yeah. Yeah. This is this leather hat disintegrated. This is another
All right.
cap.
This is another caddy hat. If you're looking for a caddy, you've got to have a guy with a good caddy hat.
Okay.
This is a dupe, I think.
This is a Minnesota hat. It's
Yeah.
an alternative to a big piece of
That's
cheese
a Fargo hat.
that
That's your
but,
Fargo hat. Isn't this a Japanese hat or something?
oh yeah. This is a Japanese machine gunner's hat.
Yeah.
And if you want to look super hip, super cool, if you go to Chinatown, you should wear this hat.
No, you get shot.
And that will be the last time you wear the hat.
Yeah.
I think we've already tried this one on.
Yeah, that's a winner.
This requires or will accommodate a
Second head.
especially large amount of hair, and if you're a crack dealer, you can hide a couple of
This
days
is
worth of
something
crack
where these
in
are
the
just.
top of the hat.
No, the leather hats are disintegrated. These are.
All right,
This is a weatherproof.
this is a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant tuxedo hat. No tuxedo event is complete unless you're wearing this hat.
The many hats of Uncle Buck.
All right, English sports car hat.
Hey, this is a pretty hat.
Gotta wear a jaunty hat like this.
Oh wow, look at this.
All right, Lisa, my wife, has found a hat in the bags.
Another Kangol hat.
That's a nice hat.
When one goes to visit Staten Island, this would be a very, very smart hat to wear.
Yeah, that looks good. Now here's these. I don't know about these.
This is the traditional Martha's Vineyard hat.
Yeah.
Really?
Now that Mr. Obama has taken up residence in Martha's Vineyard, everybody is wearing this hat.
And here's this one. And
Jaunty hat, perfect for English classic sports cars.
Okay. Well, my wife has found. We're going into the next bag.
Bag 2.
Oh,
Bag 2.
wow.
All right, another henchman hat.
Another henchman hat.
This hat says it's 100% paper.
Huh. All right, I particularly like Panama hats.
Is that
This-
a Panama hat?
It's pretty close to a Panama hat. It looks like a Panama hat, but the thing about Panama hats is that you should be able to take them and twist them, and they will reflexively come back to their original shape.
This is a nice hat. That's a nice hat.
All right, this is a golfer hat.
Wow,
Wear-
that looks
gotta
that's
wear
a Stacey Adams
Total
hat.
jackass shirt and jackass pants. This hat is
That
the
is
perfect
perfect.
complement to a Friday afternoon golfer's attire.
This is.
All right, we have.
This is a Dr. Drew. This is a nice hat. That's a,
Once again, this is what happens when your
Oh
wife
my
is
gosh.
buying on auction.
This is a carpet installer's hat. This is
That's
the
not a
carpet
Dr.
installer's
Drew.
boss hat. He never touches carpet. He never touches nails. He just tells people where to put the carpet.
That's not a My Fair Lady hat, where he's the doctor and he's like vicious to her.
Rex Harrison.
Yeah. Look, feather. What do you
Alright.
think of that?
This is similar to a Homburg, but with the feather, this identifies you as a protector of endangered species. So, if you were to go to New York City, everybody would bow down before you if they recognize that this is a hummingbird feather.
Really? That's not really a hummingbird. Is that a Gene Kelly hat?
I cannot identify this, but I would put it
Gene
somewhere.
Kelly,
I
Singing
would
in
put
the
it
Rain?
somewhere between Baltimore and Salem, New Jersey.
Really? That looked good. I like that one.
All right.
You look like an idiot, Uncle Buck.
No, I love that. That's perfect for you. It's a perfect fit.
You ever
can
seen
see
The
your pretty
Honeymooners?
eyes.
Yeah.
You ever seen The Honeymooners? This is
Yes, yes. What's his name?
This
What
is-
was his name?
Ralph.
Ralph Clampett? No, not Ralph Clampett. What was his name?
Art Carney.
Norton.
Norton. Yeah.
Ed.
Ed Norton?
No, I
not.
think that's the actor. But Norton was the sewer guy. Who
What was his name?
Actually, Norton owned the building, and he was
What's his name?
Jackie Gleason's landlord.
Wow. Okay, are you gonna crumble this hat?
There's an extra.
And you have hundreds, so you have to go.
Is he gonna crash this one?
All right. There's another Panama hat. The thin brim indicates that you are not the head guy in your community.
What?
You got a wide brim, and that makes you particularly prominent.
Really? This is called the country.
Right. It is a real Panama hat, but
It's 100% paper. Well, this one was made in China.
and it's another one. I won't crumple this one up.
That's a nice one. This is pretty. Look at that. That I think is a crumple upper, but I'm not sure.
This is
That's
a grave
pretty.
digger hat.
Why?
Grave
It is the color of dirt. It
Why?
holds onto your head particularly well. This is the kind of hat that is preferred by professional grave diggers.
It's called a country gentleman.
You know, that's what
This
they
one
may call
doesn't
it.
have anything on it. That's horrible.
There's another grave digger hat. This
Another
would
grave
be-
digger hat.
This would be a grave digger's assistant hat.
Oh my gosh! Here, Billy, give me your phone. Give me. You. Oh my God! You two, go ahead. This is one. Here, take yours off. Here, give me. Go ahead. Let me see. Come here.
These are two identical hats. This is a particularly popular style in Australia, where you would wear two hats. If one of them blows off,
You have a,
you still wind up with a hat.
Look at this. Look.
Ah,
Look at that.
this hat,
mafia.
cigar
Love it.
smoker hat.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that one.
This has a special coating on it
I love it.
that is resistant to spray
Women.
paint.
It's
So-
resistant to women.
No, resistant to spray paint.
Spray paint, not
So
women.
if you go out in the middle of the night and there are graffiti artists everywhere, this coating will prohibit, make it a lot easier to get the spray paint off.
I love that. Look.
This is unusual for me. I think it's probably Cuban.
Really? Oh, look at that one.
Now the interior of this hat indicates that it is a luxury hat.
Really?
It's a very, very fine
Oh,
hat.
Very pretty.
I-
What's the tack on the side say? But there's a pin on the side.
Underwood. Ah, the pin of power. This indicates that you have plenty of cash available for special purposes.
Like buying hats. Here you go. Look at that.
Ah, this is the height of style.
What does that mean?
Height of style. But I think it probably means that the wearer is a mechanic.
Really?
You see, mechanics' hands are always dirty, so the black on the rim is a way to tip your hat and not leave a residue on the brim.
Here's another one. I don't know if that's a crusher or not.
All right. But I would call this a gas station attendant hat. A very stylish gas station attendant hat. There's another Undertaker assistant hat.
Really?
I think so. But the
Are
band
they
is very
supposed to
simple.
be- what do they call when you pinch to the front?
Peak. So
Oh,
this is the Chief Undertaker's hat,
This
probably
is-
for the #1 grave digger. This has a particularly attractive band around the hat.
this is really that's a penguin.
Hey. This is
You have to remember, my wife is on medicine. This is the first time we've had her outside. And
This is an exterminator's hat.
I love it.
Oh. One cannot go to Minnesota without this hat.
That's genuine rabbit.
Yeah, it's just definitely rabbit. And every Vikings fan has at least one of these hats.
Yeah, it looks good on you, buddy. There's another one. Whoops.
All right, Undertaker's
This
hat.
has got. Yeah, this has been. That's it. We gotta wash that one. Okay, that's it. This is a. That's weird.
Steve Harvey collection. Oh man, this must be the. Well, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
Is this called Pooch?
Epoch.
Epoch.
American classics. Racetrack hat.
This is West End. None of these. What was his name from My Fair Lady?
Rex Harrison,
Rex Harrison. What was
Ghost
the,
of Mrs. Muir.
No, what was the name of the character that he played?
What, do you think you bought all his hats online when you?
This is a funeral attendee's hat.
Really?
Yeah, if you go to a funeral, you gotta wear this hat.
This is an Eddie Bauer.
This is another one of Eddie Bauer's disasters. They probably had corduroy left over and sent a couple of bolts to China to have it turned into 6-panel hats.
Well, these I don't know, but I think we should wash them, but I don't know.
Trimminghams. This is a Bermuda yachtsman's hat. You don't wear this on the boat. You wear it so that you won't be recognized in the bar.
Really?
It's kind of obvious, but Trimminghams is one of the most prestigious bars in Bermuda,
Really?
and they
Really?
they only give these hats to their favorite customers.
Really?
Wow, Uncle Buck knows all.
Texas. This is this is probably a hat that you would buy at a Pilot or Flying J if you were only going to be in Texas for a couple of hours. USS Cape St. George, Coast Guard 71. It was issued to someone named Colin. And I thank you for your service, Colin. This is something you probably have missed by now.
Oh.
Orange hat with an interesting logo.
Look.
This is probably a retail outfit, and it's you could probably wear this during hunting season. Afghanistan veteran, thank you for your service. Sorry about the way it turned out.
Yeah.
Oh, Ralph Lauren. This is probably something that they gave you if you spent way too much money at the Ralph Lauren store. It's actually rather comfortable.
Didn't you bring them up before?
Washington Wizards. This is a
What is
basketball team?
it? Yeah.
Never heard. Ralph Lauren. You gotta buy an awful lot of merchandise at the Ralph Lauren store to get a logo this big to advertise that you have more money than sense. Izod. When you're done with Ralph Lauren, you've got to go to Izod. It's right next door, and they'll give you a hat too. In fact, they'll give you this hat.
Is this Mickey Mouse's hands rolling a reefer?
Lisa's worried about this hat, everyone.
All right. I think it probably is. If you know how to roll a joint, this will remind you. This is obviously from the Bonefish Grill, which is a popular seafood restaurant in New Jersey and I think other places.
How many hats have we gone through?
Lockets Auto Care. Yeah, this is what they give to the rookies after they finish their first job. Hey, I gotta go take a whiz.
All right. And oh my gosh, Goober the Traveling Bear is helping Uncle Buck. What's our next hat?
Baltimore Ravens. This is a standard uniform within 50 miles of Baltimore. I'm proud to wear it. This would be another Baltimore Ravens hat. This is a style that was particularly popular in 2003. This is a generic sports hat worn by someone who pretended to be interested in sports but couldn't decide which one he was particularly interested in. This is a daytime generic sports hat. You would wear this at night and this during the day. Everybody would think that you were a true sportsman.
Look on the side of it though.
Baltimore Orioles. But during the season, this is standard gear for 50 miles in and around Baltimore.
But it has on. Look at the on the side of it.
This was probably subsidized by the American League, so half the cost of this hat was absorbed by the Baltimore Orioles, and the other half of the cost was absorbed by the American League. Another Orioles hat. This is the actual hat that was worn by players, so you could go out in public and people would mistake you for a real Baltimore Orioles lineup player.
Who's that?
This is a Baltimore Orioles hat. This was the aggressive Baltimore ball boy or something like that.
Really?
This would have been before the year 2000.
What is this?
C might stand for Chicago, and because of the plethora of sports hats, I think this was probably affiliated with a sports team that's far away from Baltimore. Otherwise, I would know it. All right.
No, it's not. Look. Havana Cuban Stars. It's a Cuban team.
Oh, I looked on the back. 1909, Havana, Cuba. So Cuba is a big baseball country, and in 1909, which is what is marked on the back, Cuba would have been a paradise in North America.
But that didn't come from 1909.
If you're a Union soldier, this is what you'd have to wear for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Now this hat says Wolverines. I know there's a sports team called the Wolverines. I haven't got any idea what sport they play or where they come from.
It's not Wolverine with the Hugh Jackman claw.
Duke. Blue Devils. I have a friend named Brad Conway. He went to Duke. He was on a Blue Devils team of one sort or another. This might have been his hat.
This is, ugh. You gotta love these.
M. No idea. But it's got an official...
It's a Terps. It's the Maryland Terps.
Oh, Maryland Terps. What the heck is a Maryland Terp?
It's the Maryland Turtles. It's the University of Maryland.
Oh. All right. It's official because it's got a hologram sticker inside it. Maryland Terps.
We gotta bless them.
Vietnam veteran. Thank you for your service. I'm glad I didn't have to go.
This I don't know.
All right. This is a girl's hat. It says something, but
Could it be Denver with the mountains?
nobody knows what it means. Jacksonville. This is the Baltimore of Florida. And if you've been to Jacksonville, you might want to advertise it. I definitely wouldn't.
This needs.
But my favorite hat is the Obama hat. This is the only hat that would be absolutely safe to wear in downtown Baltimore.
This I wouldn't. I mean, this needs to be worn.
This is the Maryland Terps, which I completely misidentified a few hats ago. Very attractive, probably good for jaywalking.
Yeah. And another thank you.
Vietnam veterans, thank you for your service.
Yeah.
New Orleans Jazz. This is a team that I actually like, and I might be hard to color coordinate this hat with whatever you might be wearing, but it's a good team.
Who are they owned by? Jay-Z, right? Jazz?
I have no idea.
Well, how many hats we got left?
We've got. This is some type of a. I don't know. These are like fashion hats, I guess.
All right, this is very high fashion in Baltimore, and everybody should have at least two of these.
This is a zoo hat.
This would be the hat that I would wear to court if I was indicted for a crime. This hat would definitely impress the judge and the jury. We've seen this logo before. I have no idea what it is.
Got a joint?
No, this is a cigarette.
And this is the last hat.
The last hat.
The last hat.
Oh my goodness! It's the Raven hat of Edgar Allan Poe.
This may be but the hat for the Edgar Allan Poe Appreciation Society. Well, this is a marvelous collection of hats.
So, the
Baltimore Zoo.
so Lisa, how can you
Well, look.
can you mention how you end up buying all these hats?
Well,
Hundreds of hats.
It was on an auction, and I bidded. And let me ask Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck, what do you think the value of these hats would be?
My guess, because these are all very high quality hats, is $17.25.
And Lisa, how much did you pay for 2 sackfuls of several hundred hats on auction?
$11.18.
$11. What the hell are we gonna do with all these hats? Uncle Buck, they're going in your van.
I thought that we did pretty good.
There'll be one hat with every game during the month of December.
Well, how do we want to close this out? Uncle Buck, can you close out my video with the stay safe, be kind, be courteous, and whatever else you want to end with?
The only way that you can be safe, be kind, and be courteous is if you ask for one of these hats and wear it all day long. It will remind you to be safe, to be kind, and to be courteous.
All right, well, thank you. And this is what happens when your wife is sick and she starts.
But I would say, Billy, if they can, please comment and tell us which hat is their favorite hat today.
Okay. Which hat was your favorite hat that Uncle Buck modeled?
And which hat do they think has the most value too? I think that these hats, I think they were worth more than $17.
Okay.
Look how pretty he is sitting there right now.
I would have bid $17 for these hats.
All right. So, that's about it, everyone. Hopefully my wife will get healthier.
For the lice.
And we're going to close this out. And Goober the Traveling Bear says he lives in Crazy Town.